Hello everyone out there on YouTube land. This is the latest in my comic book haul videos. Yes, this is now comic book haul number, I've forgotten because I lost count a while ago. However, today, for the first time in, I believe it's about a month, if the person who is my reliable source on those things is correct, it's about the first time I've been into my LCS and been able to sort of pick up a proper little haul from essentially their sort of cheapy comic book boxes, if you like, but there's still some pretty good single issues. It's still an amazing haul. I think it is. So, and also I've also got some new collected editions over the course of for a past of a few weeks to a month as well. So we'll go through those at the end. I think it's about 14 at my last count in the collected editions. So we'll start with the single issues, and we start with A Man Called Nova, number 4. And this has actually got a special one for me because I actually own. I won't show you, but I actually own a Marvel poster. I had a big Marvel poster thing, which is a collection of lots of little. It's about this huge. It's got lots of covers from different Marvel comics on, and one of them is the cover of this book. So I couldn't believe when I walked into LCS today, and there it is. It's the Man They Call Nova. The Man Called Nova, number 4. And I have another Marvel book I'd never heard of, but it is a number 1, genuine number 1, Solar Man, number 1. I can't imagine a character like that around for many issues, but there you go, Solar Man, number 1. I then got Marvel Premiere 38 featuring Weird World, and this is the first appearance of Weird World. That's the only key issue I got in this entire haul. I then have Luke Cage Power Man, number 31. I managed to finally pick up this one, which was, I think I mentioned in a previous video when I showed my Western comics that there was one other one I wasn't able to pick up at the time, but today finally I was able to pick it up, and it is this, The Ringo Kid, number 20. Ringo, the fastest gun alive. Now, when I put this book into my app, I was like, please be late 60s. Because look, I thought, yeah, that's late 60s. 73. Early 70s. But, yeah. It's a nice little addition to the Western Comics collection. Now I've got, I think it's about 5 issues or so of Web of Spider-Man. Starting with Web of Spider-Man, number 16. For those of you that have seen my comic book, the video I did where I showed you a comic book collection that I bought, I actually bought a comic book collection. There were some Web of Spider-Man issues in there, so these will go with those. Then I have Web of Spider-Man number 21. Web of Spider-Man number 27. Excuse me. Web of Spider-Man number 28. Web of Spider-Man number 29, featuring Wolverine, which is kind of cool. And Web of Spider-Man number 30. Which is also, I believe it says in the front here, the origin of the rose revealed. So I believe that to be an origin issue. Please correct me below in the comments if I'm wrong. We then have a load of Power Fist and Iron Man, to my Power Fist and Iron Man collection. We have, Power Fist and Iron Man number 96. Power Fist and Iron Man number 97. Power Fist and Iron Man number 101. And what I love about this one is where Spider-Man's head would normally be here on this cover. It says, warning, surgeons have generally determined that Assistant Editor's Month is dangerous to your health. So those nice little jokey things Marvel used to put on the covers of some of their books. That's Power Fist and Iron Man number 101. Power Fist and Iron Man number 102. You see, some of these characters ran for quite a while. Power Fist and Iron Man... Got an itch on my leg, I'm sorry. Power Fist and Iron Man... Dear, things are sticking together. Power Fist and Iron Man number 104. Power Fist and Iron Man number 113. Power Fist and Iron Man number 114. It may be a bit difficult to believe, but this chap on the front is supposedly the villain of the book, because it says here on the front, Luke and Danny, that's Power Fist and Iron Man, aren't on this cover because they're afraid of this man. His name is Gordy. He's very, very dangerous. Hard to believe, isn't it? I must give that one a read sometime. Power Man and Iron Fist, number 115. Power Man and Iron Fist, number 116. Power Man and Iron Fist, number 117. This is the last of them. I then have 5 more Green Lantern books. I have Green Lantern number 30 from 1992, and this is actually part 1 of a story, part 1 of a 4-part story called Guerrilla Warfare, and it appears to feature the Flash and a huge gorilla. Green Lantern number 3 from 1990. Green Lantern number 29 from 1992. Green Lantern number 59 from 1995. And Green Lantern number 62, again from 1995. And then we have some The Brave and the Bold books. The first one is The Brave and the Bold, starring Batman and Plastic Man. The Night the Mob Stole Christmas. That classic 1970s Batsuit. And that is number 148. Then we have, these are slightly out of numerical order, these ones, but The Brave and the Bold number 142, Batman vs Aquaman, presents, Brave and the Bold, Brave and the Bold 142, it's The Brave and the Bold presents Batman vs Aquaman, because you can see there, where they've cleverly crossed out the word and put versus. We then have The Brave and the Bold number 158, starring Batman and Wonder Woman. And we then have The Brave and the Bold number 160, starring Batman and Supergirl. Apparently this is their second appearance together. It says, together again, the team you demanded, Batman and Supergirl. And we then have the last of these Brave and the Bold ones, The Brave and the Bold number 173, starring Batman and the Guardians of the Universe, who I can only assume were DC's answer to Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know in the comments below. We then have, carrying on with the Batman theme, we then have Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 106 from May of 1998, and it has got the Joker on the front cover. Love that. Love that Joker. Sorry. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight number 97. This is part 3 of a 3-part story called Dirty Tricks. Batman Detective Comics number 703. The Final Night. I beg pardon. The Batman Chronicles number 2 from fall 1995. The last of the Batman ones is kind of only going to go two categories because this is Batman Superman number 20. But because Batman's mentioned first, I consider it a Batman book. Purely because Batman's mentioned first. And now we get on to my, I think it's 5, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 Superman books. We start off with Superman number 50 from December 1990. It says here, Back to Full Power, and this is apparently, this is a bit of a tongue twister, so I'm going to have to try and be very careful with doing this. Crisis of the Crimson Kryptonite, Part 4. So I'm still looking for parts 1, 2 and 3. I then have The Adventures of Superman number 440 from May 1988. This is Superman number 47 from 1990, and this one is called Soul Search Chapter 2. The funny thing is I picked up two comics that look very much like this, Superman on, and turns out without even realising I also picked up, actually I think that's supposed to be The Adventures of Superman, but yeah, possibly not. But then we have The Adventures of Superman number 470, so possibly, actually no, there are two different things. Sorry. The Adventures of Superman 470, and this is actually Soul Search Chapter 3, without my even realising it. So there you go, and that is from September 1990. So when did Part 2 come out? Part 2 come out? Oh no, September. So they're both in September. Just wondering. And the last of the single issues is The Trial of Superman 106. I'm guessing this is Superman 106. The Trial of Superman. It says here on the front, Condemned, and this is from, I think that's just hang on, I can tell you, 1995. Now we move on to my collected editions. First up, the first 10 of these I got from, note to self, always make sure things are in numerical order before you start this kind of thing. And I've done it again, I haven't made sure. Just 2 of them are out of numerical order. I'm just going to actually, give me a second, because I've just realised a boo-boo I've made here. In the sense that quite a few of these are volume 1s, but there are only 2 where I have volume 1 and 2. Right, so, as I was saying, the first 10 of these, slightly small collected editions, I got from a charity shop near me. So you start with The Sandman, Volume 1, Preludes and Nocturnes. Obviously, the Neil Gaiman Sandman. And this collects together, I did find it, but I found it on the inside. Sandman issues 1 through 8 are collected in there. There you go, that's Preludes and Nocturnes. That's Neil Gaiman's Sandman. Nothing to do with the Spider-Man film. I then have Sweet Tooth, Volume 1, which collects together, oh dear boy, was that 1 through 3 or 1 through 5? I couldn't quite tell. Hold on, sorry. I'm going to say Sweet Tooth 1 through 5 because I can't really tell properly, but I think it's Sweet Tooth 1 through 5. I then have Steven Universe Volume 1. And this collects together issues 1 through 4 of Steven Universe. I then have now how has that happened? Excuse me, that shouldn't have happened like that. There we go. Try that again. I then have Wytches, spelled W-Y-T-C-H-S, Volume 1. And this collects together issues... hang on. 1 through 6 of Wytches, or Wytches, however you pronounce that. Issues 1 through 6 in that collected edition. That's volume 1. We then have Trees, volume 1. And this handle says around the back here, this collects issues 1 through 8 of Trees from Image Comics. I think most of these are from Image, aren't they? If not all of them. I think most of them are Image. Verdict, Vertigo, Kaboom, Image, yeah. A variety of different ones in there, but you can probably just find these really easily. Type it in. Yeah. Trees. Then have Giant Days Volume 1. And this collects together the first 4 issues of the, it says a critically acclaimed series, Giant Days. We then have Lumberjanes Volume 1. And this collects together issues 1 through 4. I believe. I'm just going to double check that. Yep, 1 through 4 of Lumberjanes. I then have Lumberjanes. What are the chances of my local charity shop having this? Lumberjanes Volume 2, which collects together issues 5 through 8 of Lumberjanes. And then the last 2 from the charity shop are, and as you can tell I've been reading this one, Paper Girls Volume 1, which collects together, I think it's 1 through 5, isn't it? Yep, Paper Girls 1 through 5. And then, they also had in my charity shop, thank goodness, because I'm going to want to go straight on to this after reading that because it's so good. Paper Girls Volume 2, which if I remember right is issues 6 through 10. Gosh, some of these are tricky to open. Yep, issues 6 through 10. So I have the first 10 issues of Paper Girls. They could be the only 10 issues, I don't know. But Paper Girls Volume 2. I then have a collected edition I got off Amazon, and it is to go with my Penguin Classics Marvel Collection books, and it is, yeah, probably no surprises we're guessing this one, The Amazing Spider-Man. And this collects together, I've got to open this one to tell you, so otherwise I'll just forget. Amazing Fantasy 15, the whole book, all 4 stories. The Amazing Spider-Man 1, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, The Amazing Spider-Man 4. The Amazing Spider-Man 9, The Amazing Spider-Man 10, The Amazing Spider-Man 13, The Amazing Spider-Man 14, The Amazing Spider-Man 17, The Amazing Spider-Man 18, The Amazing Spider-Man 19, Goodbye Linda Brown from Strange Tales 97, and I think the first Spider-Man annual is in here as well. So yep, that's the Penguin Classics Marvel Collection, The Amazing Spider-Man. I then have, I got these today from my LCS. First of all we have DC Comics Graphic Novel Collection, Justice League, formerly known as the Justice League. This is volume 118 apparently. And this collects together Justice League, formerly known as the Justice League, issues 1 through 6 from September 2003 through to February 2004. And DC Comics presents number 46, excuse me, from 1982. And this next one isn't actually a collected edition, it's just a graphic novel, but it is Star Trek Graphic Novel Collection, and this is number 1, Star Trek Countdown. And the final collected edition I have is a bit of a... It's not actually a collected edition, because it's all one book. I was actually sat in a cafe in my local town, and it's a Christian cafe, and they sell... it's a Christian cafe and bookshop. And I was sat there with a couple of friends of mine, and you know, we were chatting, and all the time me and my friends were chatting, I was looking over at the children's book section, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, I clocked this book, and I'm thinking, is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Surely it can't be. So after about 5 minutes of wondering that, I got down off my chair and said to my friends, I'm just going to have a look at that book over there in the children's book section. I saw one of my friends roll her eyes like that, going, oh, I think I know what he's, you know, that's what the look of that, that's what the look of, oh, I think I know what he's found. I sort of hobbled over there, because obviously I'm, you know, not too quick these days. I do hobble due to an accident I had many years ago. My right leg has never been the same, but and I looked and I picked it up and I looked at it and I opened it, and below me down it was exactly what I thought it was. It's this. It's the Action Bible, God's Redemptive Story, and it is literally, I'm going to open it to show you, just in case you don't believe me, it is literally the Bible in the form of a comic book. I couldn't quite believe it. You know, I was sort of amazed. I was like, hang on a minute, who on earth came up with this idea? I mean, it goes over the whole of the creation story. It goes over this is pretty much the whole Bible, cover to cover, as a comic book. I mean, you've got the creation of the earth, the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. It's the whole Old Testament, New Testament, all of it is in there. And I'm like, who came up with the idea of turning the Bible into a comic book? And why has this never been done? Even though I'm not particularly, you know, enamoured by all this stuff, I'm not particularly a huge believer in, you know, things like this. But I just thought, this is incredible. If I'd been given a Bible like this as a kid, I would have read the whole damn thing cover to cover about 150 times by now. Because that is just such a clever way of doing it. You know, if churches want to get kids, I'm telling you now, churches, if you want to get the kids hooked into the Bible, give these out at your Sunday schools. And another thing, I don't know whether these still runs, but when I was at school, I was part of a Crusaders group. And I actually got, I think after so many weeks or a month, whatever it was I was there, I was given a Bible. But it was a Crusader Good News Bible. If I'd been presented with one of these, with this thing, that'd be it. I'd have been in my room the whole weekend just reading. So, yeah. The Bible is a comic book. Genius idea, I think. Even though I'm not, you know, as I say, a huge believer. I mean, I believe there is a God, but, you know, semantics. But, yeah. So, a very strange little comic book. I thought it was quite worth sort of showing in this video. A little bit of, again, just to kind of reiterate the future of the channel, I am at this point now going to be slowing down in my collecting quite a bit. And one of my aims is to try and read and review every comic book I own. Yes, that does include the massive tome that is the Bible as a comic book. I will be reading and reviewing this. I mean, I've already read the whole of the Adam and Eve section of this book, and I can tell you it is basically your standard opening, you know, the first bit of Genesis of the Bible. It's God creating the earth, Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden, tree of knowledge. She eats the fruit, passes it to him, he eats it. Everything goes to pot. God kicks them out of the Garden of Eden, and they go off into the world. That's it. But the art is quite good. The art is very good. So, yeah. And so, yes, I'm going to be doing reviews. So, yeah. That'll be good. Reading and reviewing pretty much every comic book I own is my aim. And so my videos, I'm hoping to make them semi-regularly, maybe one or two. It's going to be like 1 to 2 videos a week, I hope. That's the kind of plan. Yeah. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's one of my shorter ones. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Take it easy. And till the next time, See you in the next one.